Hi and welcome to another Advanced Skeleton video. In this video we're gonna have a look at the face setup in Advanced Skeleton version 5.1, and in particular we're gonna take a closer look at the face step builder. And for this we're gonna be using the Lucy rig, and we're starting the face setup from scratch. So first thing to do is the pre-section and create face fit skeleton node. And as we can see from the help image, this should be fitted so that the first circle is just underneath the chin and the second one just on top of the head. And the next steps are to choose the various pieces of geometry and fill in these options. So this is the main face geometry. Next is all the head geometry, which I'll just click and drag a selection to get all the head, including eyes, teeth, hair, etc. Next is the left and right eye, which I'll go ahead and pick from the outliner to make sure I get all the surfaces, which includes both the eye and the eye glint. Now for the teeth, if they were separate objects, I would just select the object and hit the teeth buttons. However, in this model, the teeth is part of the main mesh, which we can see here if we open up the lip. So instead what we will do is select the faces that are the upper teeth and the lower teeth. And a quick way to do that is to make the selection via the material that is assigned to the teeth. And the same goes for the tongue, as this as well is part of the main mesh. Next we'll move on to the fit section. The first one's the eyeball. It's very straightforward, just hit the button. Now for the next ones we need to select specific edge loops before hitting the buttons. The next step is to hit the animate fit button, which applies animation to the eyebrow fit locators. Now at this point you can scrub through the timeline and see the various eyebrow expressions, and you're free to alter the shape at any of these keyframes. And now the time has come to build. Now there are two ways of building. There is the standard build, which is a single button that builds the entire face setup, and then there is the step builder that lets you build one by one the individual parts of the face setup. Now there are two main reasons why you might want to run the step builder as opposed to the normal builder. The first one is if you come across an error, then the step builder will help you find out where the error occurs and lets you correct the error and complete the build. Second reason is that the step builder actually has some additional components to help you design parts of the result, such as the shape of the mouth when opening the jaw. So now we'll go ahead and start running through the steps one by one. And note that the result can be tested as you go through, so after running step 4, the eyeballs, you can already test that the eyes are rotating as expected. Likewise, after running step 5, the eyelids, you should be able to see that the fleshy eye starts working and that the eye blink actually works. And before running the end cloth sim step, you can hit the play button and preview the end cloth results, and if you want you can go in and alter the end cloth parameters and the end cloth constraints. Now after running step 12, you can scrub through the timeline and see the result of the jaw opening. And at this point you can edit the shape of the mouth as the jaw opens by selecting the mouth open soft mode handle and plot in the curve as you would like to see the deformation. For example, adding a point in the middle of this curve is gonna pinch in the lip corners. When you're satisfied with the shape of the lip, just hit update to propagate the shape out through the cheek area. Also, there are some blue, red and green curves running through the jaw. The blue ones are the outer bound of the jaw open deformation. The green one is where the jaw deformation will happen the strongest, and the red one is at halfway of the deformation. Now you can alter the jaw open deformation by simply tweaking these curves and hit update. Now after completing all the steps, next thing we'll do is we'll attach the eyebrows with wrap deformation. And now as we test some of the shapes that the build process has generated, you'll see that there are quite a few hard corners and edges, so I do recommend that after completing a build to run the option in Edit Blend Shapes called Delta Mush All Targets. Now this will load the Delta Mush plugin to generate these shapes, but the plugin is only used to generate the shape and is not required when using the rig later on. So now we'll see we are getting much nicer shape results, and we can at this point go ahead and turn off the Delta Mush plugins so that the rig does not actually depend upon the plugin. Now it's quite common to get this plugin warning that the plugin is in use, and this is because it's still sitting in the undo queue. So as the standard plugin warning states, we can just type flush undo and then we'll be able to turn it off. We'll just type flush undo straight into the Mel command line input. And we can now turn off the plugin. And from here on we can go on as normal as to do the face improvements. Like for example, we would like to get these eyelashes moving, so we'll just select all the eyelashes and hit the skin bind button. Now that's it for this time. I hope you have enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time.